Hey guys, it's Mike with another Guild of Guardians video. Today I got that update on the Cracked Heart. I did find some information, as well as somebody in the comments let me know at JPGJ9244, appreciate you. Let me know that the Cracked Heart is designed to work specifically with founder characters and early adopter characters. And you can find that in the token trove. You can actually specify early adoption characters, and it'll show you who those characters are, as well as the founder characters, and it'll show you who those characters are. And these are the characters that those Cracked Hearts will work on. At this point, what I'm trying to figure out is why they don't work on Gen 1 characters. I think the entire point of the Cracked Heart was to not burn limited resources in the game. So if we take a look at a founder character, say Tavros, and in fact, is he founder? Yeah, founder character. So when we look at Tavros in the game, he would qualify to use that Cracked Heart that I made the other day. Now, if you take a peek, I believe, to the best of my knowledge, this number right up here, 871, that is how many Tavroses are in the game with these specific stats at Enlighten level 8, Radiance level 3. 28 of those are up for sale. So if you go through here, these are the warrior version, there's 113, and you go and add all of these up, you have well over 1,000 Tavroses in the game. And that's true across the board for founder characters. But when we go over to Gen 1 characters, such as Tianlong, that number is significantly less. Now, I think the total here is actually 141. Now, these characters have been available for summons through calling crystals in the game during special events, as far as I'm aware, as well as at the Altar of Sacrifice, which is kind of the same promotion we have going right now with Tamamo. So it might be something where they're planning to cycle this character back in the game. But currently, looking at 141 of these in the entire game, it seems a Cracked Heart would really make sense as to not burn these characters trying to upgrade them. So I don't know if that's something that they might change in the future, or if Tianlong, Phoenicia, Salve, and Tamamo are going to be more common moving forward, or there's going to be other ways to bring them into the game. But if we take a peek at Tamamo, there's less than 100 of her right now. And the event's still going on, and there will be more. But if you're trying to increase her Radiance level and Enlightenment level, you're going to be burning copies into herself to do that. And so being less than 100, that's going to go pretty quick. So I'm not really sure what the long-term plan is on that. And then the other question I'm trying to figure out, and if you have information, please share it, because I cannot find anything. If I go to the Altar of Sacrifice, I cannot find anything that talks about drop rates. So the best I can tell you right now, if I were to use a prayer, I have a 50% chance on the Zealous Prayer of getting Tamamo. And the other 50%, I'm assuming I'm getting Hearn, the epic character that's part of this promotion. But potentially, those other Gen 1 characters might be in that summoning pool, and there might be a small chance of getting other Gen 1 characters. Or I've heard that you can also do the Core 1 characters, which are the characters that are in the game. So theoretically, I could pull an Atticus or a Tybor or any of those guys. And then here I'd have a 5% chance of Tamamo, and then a 95% chance other. But I don't know if that other is strictly Hearn, or Hearn plus Core 1, or Hearn plus Core 1 plus Gen 1. And I can't find anything that tells me what my chances of pulling what out of these prayers are. So I kind of feel like this update is a big nothing burger, but at the same time, it's part of learning and growing in the game, and knowing that Cracked Heart only works for founder characters and early adopters. So at some point, I probably will have one of those on my account, so I will use that Cracked Heart. Or potentially, we might see them change that, seeing how there are very limited Gen 1 characters in the game right now. But that very well could change, and then it wouldn't make sense to use the Cracked Hearts on them. So I'm not entirely sure. One thing I did want to talk about was there are some exciting changes coming to the leaderboard in game. It sounds like they're working through some things to make it a little more user friendly, and those GOG tokens are going to be given out to quite a few players. So if you're playing the game actively, even free to play, chances of you being able to accumulate some of these GOG tokens over time it seems like it's going to be pretty good. And therefore, once you get a certain amount of these GOG tokens, you're able to buy a handful of seals. So you could ascend one epic champion, or depending on how long you play and how well you do, some of the rewards might get you all the way up here where you're getting 3,000, and now you can start selling characters and actually making money. Now, I mean, obviously there's limited money to be made when you're selling characters for $3 to $15 a piece or whatever the case is, but it is kind of a really cool idea that, you know, you get a little bit of kickback for playing a game that you enjoy. So I'm really anxious to see how those leaderboard changes pan out, and how many folks and how deep into the leaderboard people are receiving these GOG tokens. But it seems like it might be significantly more than I was anticipating. So that's kind of fun. In the last session for Endless Battles, I was actually able to acquire 212 of these GOG tokens, which is pretty good. I mean, it's a good start where I could actually ascend several characters if I wanted to, utilizing an in-game asset or in-game reward. So that was pretty exciting. As more and more people play the game, it'll probably become increasingly harder to earn these tokens. But depending on how deep they go into the leaderboard to deliver some of these, it might not be as unachievable as some may think. So I am excited to see how that changes and what happens there and how many of these GOG tokens people are getting. Because I think it would be a huge win for a free-to-play player to be able to ascend, you know, several characters a year just being free to play. And then they can put them on the open market. They can contribute to the marketplace in general. They can also get a little bit of value out of the time they invest in this game. So I think that'd be a really cool way to grow the marketplace if they're able to do it. And it sounds to me like Immutable is committed to the health and success of the marketplace and the player base. They've made several adjustments in the game based on feedback, so they are listening to what the community is talking about. That was one of the reasons we ended up with one ticket in endless mode. One of the suggestions was that it was taking a little bit too much time. And so they changed the way the rewards come out. They changed how many tickets you get. And that way it brought your quality of life into a better perspective. And so it's cool to me to hear that they're actually listening to the community and they care what we have to say, because a lot of games don't. And so it's fun to be a part of this as it grows. That's what I got for you today. I appreciate you spending the time with me. If you haven't liked and subscribed, we are doing that giveaway at 500 subscribers. So please do that. I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time.